being. So as I type my message, just let yourself kind of relax, get settled in your space. Whoops, let's see, what am I doing here? And take a couple or three deep breaths in, relaxing more with each breath. And with each breath, just letting yourself settle down even more. Hi. Uh, Sorry, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Sahid Sajid Durman. Hello and welcome. So, getting settled in. I'm just typing my little message here on my other platform, and we'll get started in a minute. There we go. Okay. So, coming into being is just that space to give providing that space for people to just come in and be and relax and just really take the time to reconnect with ourselves because there's a lot going on in existence and just also because it's the end of the year, so there's a lot of people, celebrating, moving around, getting ready for the holidays, getting ready for the end of the year. There's a lot of just movement in all directions. So it's always good to take some time to like just connect with ourselves, settle in, take that pause to just breathe, recenter. And by recentering, we connect ourselves back up to the whole of existence. And it's important to do because we are part of existence and everything that we do has an impact on existence. Checking for my water here. And realigning ourselves with the deepest truth of existence, the deepest purity of existence, which is in essence what we are at the core of our beings. So having said that, let's really start by focusing on your physical environment. Notice what's around you. Just take a minute to look around and notice the objects in the room around you, or if you're outside, whatever's outside, or maybe you're in the car too. Some people have done that in the car. Noticing what's in your surroundings. Just taking a minute to do that and really look at what you're looking at. You don't have to look at it very long, but really notice it. And maybe notice the color, the shapes, the textures that you see. Notice the sounds that are around you, that are coming to you. And when you notice something, whether it's a sound or a sight or even a smell or whatever, notice that and then really become aware of your body. So bringing your awareness back into your body and focusing on your attention on your body. So the object, and then coming into to yourself and noticing, really feeling yourself where you are. And same with sounds, same with smells, and even noticing noticing like the texture of your clothes on your skin, or maybe the hair on your skin also. So let's just take a minute to, and as you do that, that starts to pull you into this moment, to present time, because we are really only present in the now. We aren't present in the past, we aren't present in the future. That's just memories that we have. We are only present right here, right now, in this moment. And it's important to pull ourselves all back in to now instead of being scattered all over the place. When we're scattered, we can't focus, we can't really do things very well because we're distracted, we're pulled in different directions. So bringing ourselves back into this moment now. Allowing your breath to slow down. So coming into that breathing, so feeling into the chest space and your lungs as your breath is pulled into your body, feeling that expansion of the chest, and should be expanding in the back too. So maybe kind of put your awareness in your backside and see how that expands. Maybe not as much, but expands as well as the breath comes in. And letting yourself just sink down on the exhale. And sometimes you can take a nice big in breath, hold it for a little bit, maybe take another little up breath, and then exhale out through your mouth to help you reset even more deeply. And as you focus on your breath, kind of very softly in the background, unless you've been running, but as you slow down, might start to notice your heartbeat. So bringing your awareness down deeper into that for that heartbeat. And anything that might come up for you in this moment, any emotions, any kind of feelings, just kind of be aware of them and just stay present. Notice your body and maybe come into your body as this emotion. If there's emotions coming up, feels like there's sadness for some people in the group that's coming through. Maybe kind of loneliness is the sense, at least for starters here. When you really pull into your body, then you can start to notice what the reaction is in your body, and when you really pull into your body, it will create a little bit of a separation between what you're feeling, so you're even more distant from it, and noticing it from as an external observer to that, which is a good thing, because then that kind of helps you be even more connected in with yourself, and acquire space and be able to shift through things more easily. So not to deny what you're feeling, but to come into a place where you notice it, you notice the physical reaction, because at physical level, emotions really are just a chemical reaction. If we just look straightly physical reaction, it's a chemical reaction. And allowing the breath to slow down. So let's bring our awareness to the back side. Just kind of notice your back if you're sitting against a chair. So feel that pressure of the cushion or of the chair. And if you're not sitting against anything, maybe feeling your clothes against your body, feeling body relaxing. Very good. Yeah, that's a good place to be. And just kind of bring your awareness back there. We're so forward because we look out forward, and we have tents, and then computers and everything. Technology kind of just pulls up like this. So it's good to shift back and realign that way too. So it might give you the sensation of pulling backwards. Hey, Kayla. And kind of maybe even falling backwards when we're really used to being forward. And what happens a lot with people who put a lot of effort, or with control issues also, the energy will come up the back and forward like this. So when you pull back, it might feel like you're kind of just tilting backwards, but you're probably not, and you can check that just by kind of feeling if your head is kind of over your torso and allowing that energy to just slide down the back on your back. You don't have to go fast. You can just slowly move your awareness down your back, down your spine, down your whole back until you get to the lower back and your butt and thighs with what you're sitting on. And let yourself feel that anchoring. Well, let's kind of come into deeper anchoring into our bodies, into our physical connection, our through the through that connection to the earth, even if we aren't physically feet on the earth, we are still connected to the earth through everything. If you're in a building, even if it's a very high building, through the structures of the building, the structures are into the earth. Plane is a little different, but energetically, there's still that connection. Until we go out of space, when we're flying, there's that gravity that's still there pulling us down. Might be less, but it's still pulling us. Then outer space, that gets to be a different issue. Then we're not really connected to the earth anymore. It's very different. But right here, as far as I know, everybody who's present is connected to the earth. So just feeling that connection, feeling that gravity pulling you down. We're going to emphasize that a little bit for everybody because it's just good to feel that connection, that weightedness from gravity. And for those who are kind of sensitive and kind of pick up on like tone vibration, it's kind of a real low rumble kind of tone that comes through. Well, at least that's coming through right now with the grounding, because it's lower frequencies and lower meaning just the rate at which they're going, which they're vibrating. And those lower vibrations are good for the bone. Bone need that density to be strong. So let's bring our awareness into our skeletal system. Just have a sense of that skeleton that's inside of you, your skeleton, your bone structure, head to toe. Yeah, let's clear some of that out because some people are watching. Their bone structure needs more density. So really breathing into those bones, and you can focus on a particular area like your legs or your arms or your feet, whatever. Or you can focus on your whole skeleton, whichever one feels right for you. And feel that starting to circulate this energy and this frequencies through the skeletal structure. And technically, teeth aren't really bone structure, but I include them in. Teeth need that also. They need good grounding also. Mm. Yeah, so uh, some people are have a tendency to be up out of their body energetically. So you have your, it's like you have your physical body like this. Your energy is like, depending on how far out your body is, tends to be pulled out. So what's happening is that especially with the lower legs, some people as far as up to the hips. Some it's more the knee level, but some people it's even as far as the hips and even higher. So hey Roya, good to see you. And Michelle, just saw you. Okay. So if your energy is pulled out there, that means it's like your physical system is not getting what it needs. So let's really focus on bringing that awareness into the legs and down to the feet, all the way down to the feet. Let's focus on those leg bones and feet bones. And just feel your legs and have that image of those bones in your legs. And I think everybody pretty much has, at least in European American culture, we have that the skeleton, Halloween skeletons or whatever. I think pretty much every culture in the world has that imagery of skeletons in, so having that in mind, and it's okay if you don't have the perfect, the way the bones are, two bones here, one bone there, all these little bones in the feet, don't worry about that. Just bringing your awareness deep inside of you into your bones. And bringing those deeper earth-bound frequencies into those bones. Let's feed and nurture those bones. So putting your feet flat on the floor if they're cross-legged, I invite you to just kind of just put your feet flat on the floor to really emphasize that connection. And pulling that through that structure. And helping to fill up those bones. Give them nice clean definition. Because if the bones don't have clean definition, then we get into issues like osteoporosis. It's worse, or just brittle bones. Bones that can just break more easily because they don't have the density again. It's like making cement. And instead of putting the full amount cement you need in the mix to make the bricks, you're putting half the amount of cement for the same size brick. That's just not good. It's not good. It's not going to give you a solid building, right? Not a solid foundation. So same thing with the bones here. You might have a sense of like a little bit of a vibration that's internal. So I'm noticing that. So that's like that going through the bones. That vibration is actually good for the bones. And also, what's kind of coming through that at least some people are releasing is family. So, family lineage, family members that are at least energetically in the bones for people, or at least for some of you. So bringing your awareness into, really putting your attention, your awareness into the bones right now is helping to bring you, as you come into whatever area of the body. So here, the bones, it's moving everything else out of out. So that's owning yourself, owning your body, coming into, owning your territories. I like to say, or owning your house. So that's a good clearing here for people. And those of you who've been working on this for a while, I mean, we can kind of go through that and then something comes up as we shift to higher level. It's like, yeah, there's still some little weak areas. Let's go in and strengthen even more. Yeah, that's looking much brighter. And let's take yeah, because now the legs are going well. So let's bring that awareness up into pelvic structure, which is kind of like a bowl, like, like this basically. And then you've got the spine coming up, the shoulders, the arms. At least focus on if you, at least the spine and then the ribs, the rib cage. And if you can, the uh, pelvic structure. And if you don't have a sense of what that is, just think bones and keep in mind your, you can keep in mind your, again, your spinal column, uh, and kind of the rib cage and kind of this, this basin down below, like your hips that are part of that structure. And if it's fake, that's okay. Just put your attention to bring your awareness to that. Let's breathe into that. Let's bring in some more density into that. Ah. There for some, there's quite a bit of embedding into your spine. Um, Especially family, but not just family. Like people who push into you and try to really push to make you do certain things. For example, there's some of that coming. Feeling energy circulating to in my entire body. Very nice. Okay, just saw that comment. Very nice. So let's kind of shift those people out. God, it's almost like getting walked into for somebody here. Um, so let me focus in on that because that's not good to have that overlay. That's very distorting, actually. Even down to the health, physical health, let alone the emotional, mental distortions, and spirit level distortions. So really focus on that spine, your spine. Feel that spine. If you need to, you can like push against the chair or really just feel the neck, feel your spine wherever you can touch it with your hands, just to reinforce this is my spine. This is me. This is my body, my territory. Again, remember my territory. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Just creating that separation. It's almost like or this is four is it's like there's been this bubble around you. Oh, so and I would say kind of controlled by at least one other person, but probably just generally controlled in your life. Oh, so that might bring sadness. That because it's might feel kind of empty and lonely. It's like when we're used to having somebody in the house where we live, and all of a sudden they're not there anymore. So just kind of breathe into that. And, even if that doesn't quite apply to you, just taking this opportunity to really come in more deeply into yourself and kind of cleaning out more of that, the dust bunnies, in the corner to just for a deeper clearing. So when we clear things out like that, we also want to make sure that we're not letting them come back in. And somebody, so for example, come back in. Well, how? Okay, you might actually just feel it energetically come into you, and when you do, just really wherever it's coming from, come into your body even more strongly. Become really aware of that. Your skin level, come into at least that skin level, pull all the way in. The back can be a little harder because like I said earlier, we're so used to being focused on the front. So sometimes what I've done is just kind of take my shirt, literally pull it around so that there's that tactile information, or just pushing against that and really, but feeling your back. It's like, no, this is my, sorry, you can't come in here. My body. Oh, and then coming back into that clear space. And that it can be a little tricky to do, but right hip just relaxed back down. Yeah, good. You got a lot of that kind of uh, area in up your upper back that is part of that pull up, where it's not really open and flowing in that back shoulder blade area for you. All right, very good. And just kind of bring in the arms and see if you can focus on your legs, your torso, and your spine. The bones, still focused on the bones here, as well as your skull. Are kind of oh, nice. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, it's really clicking in for people. Just kind of that deeper level of stability and coherence in the system. So kind of a lightness of uh, kind of a lightness of being, even as we work on this density for the bones. Oh, okay. It might feel even kind of. It looks glittery, so it might feel kind of tingly, tingly going through the body there. Okay, coming back into your breath, bringing your awareness more into your breath. Maybe taking a couple of deeper breaths, filling up the lungs more deeply, holding it at the top, and then slowly releasing it out for a longer count than the in breath or the hold, even if you didn't count. And then gently opening your eyes, staying really present, connected with your body here. Even as you look around so And when you look around, so it's a soft focus, which means you're probably more aware of you know what's 180 degrees here. So peripheral awareness in your vision. There you go. Yeah, very nice. Very good session. So I think everybody looks like they're doing good, feeling relaxed, and I think we have one more for 2022, and then we're off and running into New Year. Um, that was kind of coming up yesterday. Of this we're in a new year, and of course everybody this time of year everybody is like ready to go. Let's get this over with. Simply because it's the end. You want to get to the end, but it's not quite the end yet. Everybody's like looking ahead to the new year, and the bean space right now is quite nice. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining in. And um, and of course, it's been tough for a lot of people lately. Just very challenging with all the shifts that are going energetically that are happening globally, cosmically, as well as all the human level stuff that's going on. Um, and so people kind of want to let's get to a better place. Let's just get there, kind of. And I was kind of tuning into that, and so it just feels like we're still in that place of darkness, but that those light structures that and I see them as structures, so that building up of the new has really come in. It's solid, but we're still surrounded by that dark. So that is, but it's very interesting because going into the new year, it just feels like quiet, you know. And yeah, now as I'm talking, what it's making me think of is it's the quietest time of the night is right before the dawn hits, and there's this stillness, like everything is all of a sudden this dead stillness, like all the little night creatures have just like quieted down. All the little day creatures have not started up yet, and it's there's this kind of really dead quiet, dead stillness. So that's sort of like what we're going into. It's not going to be immediate as soon as the new year starts that's going to shift over. It's going to be a big period of time where it's that pause between the night and the dawn kind of thing. So keep working on strengthening yourself, really coming into that inner strength for yourself, into who you are. Coming into being, and whatever else you do that is in alignment with getting you into that new consciousness, into that new state of being that we're all moving into. And just stay steady with that. That's the sense, stay steady with that as we keep moving forward and more things start to shift and open up and expand, because that's where we're heading. So, okay, so that's it for tonight. Thank you all for stopping in, and see you next week. If you show up, or whenever you show up, we'll definitely see you in the ethers, because we're all there, right? We're all there in the ethers. Um, so take care, everybody. If you're celebrating Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas. Have a wonderful holiday if you're celebrating. If you've got a holiday right now going on, whatever it is. Hope you have that joy and peace in your life, in your heart, in your being. So take care, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, and see you next time. And yes, thanks. And I'm sorry, but it's hard to know these names on Instagram here. Sajit Sajitreham Sajitreman. So thanks for stopping by, and Roya too, and you guys also over on this side, Michelle and Kayla and whoever else is stopping in there that I don't see. I don't know about because you're not saying hello in the chat. But take care, everybody, and see you next time.